Welcome along to Dubai Autodrome for rounds 5 and 6 of the Formula Golf 1000 Championship for 2013-14. We're on board with the cars now as they're out on their qualifying laps. White stickers on the tyres, so they're new tyres, and Tom Bale did the quickest lap time. Got on pole position for race 1, so Ben took in second. Abdullah Kabani in third, Kevin McShine in fourth, Abdullah El Khariji in fifth, and Adnan Bahrami in sixth. Bale on the right hand side, we're on board with Sayed bin Took as they head down towards the line, and Sayed's got his hand off, misses a gear shift there and gets all caught up, and Abdullah Kabani also creeps up the inside of him as they head down towards turn 1. 14 laps is the race distance for round number 5, and Sayed bin Took has a look up the inside. Kabani defends well, leaves him enough racing room, but Tom Bale has disappeared off into the distance. El Khariji now up behind bin Took as they head around this very, very technical part of the circuits. Turn 3, 4, 5 and 6. Down the hill now. Just a tap on the brakes, turn the car in. And then a 90-degree right-hander back to second gear. So work their way up through the 6-speed sequential boat gearbox. Back on board with Sayed bin Took in the Yas Marina car. We've got Abdullah Kabani just in front of him. Tom Bale out in the lead. We're on lap 1 of 14 as they head down towards the club length now. 13 turns, 7 right, 5 left, and this club length is very tricky. Right, left, right. As we saw the back end of Kabani's car get out of shape there. Tyres still pretty cool. As they head around turn 15. And Sayed bin Took gets a lovely drive out of 15 down the hill towards 16. Just a tap on the brakes, and El Khariji also around turn 16 onto the start-finish straight as the field now starts to sort themselves out. Back on board with El Khariji a few laps later now. And he's now right up behind Abdullah Al Kabani, and has a look down the inside. He's got a nice slipstream down there. But Kabani just holds it out enough, and Khariji is on the dirty side of the circuit as they head down into turn 1. Now it's a flip left to turn 2. And through this 3, 4, 5, 2.3 lateral Gs they're pulling through here. 5th gear, 200 kilometres an hour. In these Ralph Firma designed Formula Golf 1000s. And Khariji just letting the back end step out there right on the maximum limit of adhesion. And as they head around turn 7 into the 8-9 complex, they turn 180 degrees through this parabolica. Quite a few different lines through there. On board with Kabani as they head down towards the club length. Back down to second gear for the entry. And then up this quite steep little hill, and then over the brow and into the bowl section of turn 14. Sequential gearbox in these cars. You can see his right hand coming off the wheel to change gears. So they head up towards 5th gear. Just a quick tap on the brakes at about the 60-metre mark. Don't let the car roll through. You don't want to turn in too early. And he's got Khariji right up behind him now as they head off down the start-finish straight mid-race. And Khariji's got a nice run, slipstream. He can't get up there, so good placement of the car by Kabani. Stayed sort of almost on the racing line. Got the good run into the corner. Khariji takes a little bit of a different line through there. He's lost a bit of stick going up the hill. Takes an early apex on this double apex right-handers, turn 3, 4. And then that causes the car to run out wide, and you saw him drop about 2 to 3 car lengths there on Kabani as they're back out around into the 8-9 complex. Tap on the brakes mid-corner, get the cars turned in, and then get maximum acceleration out of the Suzuki GSXR 1000 engines. Kevin McShine having an invitational race today. He's behind this battling two of El Khariji and Abdullah Kabani. As he takes heaps of curbs there, and you can see El Khariji and Kabani in the distance. McShine trying to chase them down. He should be able to get a little bit closer as they're battling out in front of him. Meanwhile, Tom Bale is out in the lead. Saib Bentook in second position as they come around turn 16 down the start-finish straight. And El Khariji's got a good run this time on Kobani as they head down past the pits. How much gap has he got? And Kobani, last of the late break, it's a very good braking effort there. Runs out wide, gets onto the dirty part of the track. Tom Bale comfortably out in the lead by about 5 seconds now over Saib Bentook in second position. Young Welsh karting star. Having a good time in these Formula Golf 1000s. On board with Kobani. We're heading towards about 3/4 race distance at the moment as he puts the car mid-track. But El Khariji tries to stick the nose up the inside and he's still right alongside him. And well done to Abdullah El Khariji. That's a very, very good pass there. Kobani did everything right, but El Khariji just had a little bit more under brakes as they head around turns 3 and 4, down the hill to 5, into 6 now. You can see the back end of the car starting to get loose there as he tries to hang on to the back of El Khariji's car. El Khariji moves up into the 3rd position, Kobani into 4th. And what a great battle these two had. No paint was exchanged. And Khariji right up behind. Good move up the inside, but has he overcooked it into the corner? Oh no, he's just got it back there again. And Kobani had to get off the throttle to get the car turned around there, and Khariji almost up the inside of him. The battle continues on. Great racing from Abdullah El Khariji and Abdullah Kobani. Kobani currently in 3rd position. Saib Bentook in 2nd. Tom Bale in 1st. And they're side by side as they head down the start-finish straight. This tells you about the parity of these cars. The performance level is that there are cars are weighted the same. They've got the about the same horsepower, and it all comes down to the level of driver skill. As Kobani gives up once again. 3rd place, El Khariji on board with our race leader at the moment, young Tom Bale. He gets down into 2nd gear. He's on the last lap. Takes a little bit of curb. Around turn 14. Very, very nice steering inputs. Not overdriving the car, just letting it run. And that's what's making him so fast at the moment. And comes down to turn 16 for the final time. And this is the end of lap 14 and the end of round 5. And Tom Bale takes the checkered flag. Great race win for the young Welsh driver. Saib Bentook in 2nd position, Abdullah El Khariji in 3rd, Abdullah Kobani in 4th, Kevin McShine in 5th, and Adnan Bahrami in 6th position. So we're on board with Abdullah El Khariji as we're off the start line, and El Khariji's up the inside of Tom Bale, who's got Saib Bentook on the other side of him. And Tom Bale goes in there and he gets a tap from Saib Bentook. Gets out on the dirty stuff and puts the foot down. He's got a whole heap of rubble on the tyres and very, very lucky not to collect the wall there. And Tom Bale spins around. We're on board with Saib Bentook, and you saw that he locked up and then the back end of the car just came around, and luckily enough everybody avoided him. Tom Bale's got going again. He's about 28 seconds behind the leader at the moment as he gets the car back mobile again, but we've got Saib Bentook that's stuck in a very awkward position, and the race director has called the code 60 flag out he's trying to get the car restarted at the moment, but he's going to need some outside help. And we're on board with Adnan Bahrami, who just went around the outside of Saib Bentook. So Saib Bentook's got a lot of work to do. So code 60 means 60 kilometres an hour. So they just bang on the pit limiter and cruise around. It doesn't allow the cars to get any closer, like a full course yellow. Saw Sabin Took's car there. Kevin McShine under code 60. He's in third position at the moment. Abdullah El Khariji is in the lead. And all the flags will get withdrawn at the same time, as they have done. And Abdullah El Khariji, the first time in the lead in the Formula Golf 1000s. A very, very good effort. He's got quite a few laps to go. At 2 laps under code 60, so we're on lap 4 as he brings his car down into turn 1. Track temperature will cool down quite a lot. You see the front of the car skating across the road. There's not a lot of temperature in those front tyres at the moment. Tom Bale 28 seconds behind the leader, and he's trying to make his way back up through the field. Abdullah Kabani just pulling off into pit lane now. He's a technical issue with that car. He will get back out on the track later on, but he was running up in second position. Let's put Kevin McShine back into second position now, as Bale's got a lot of work to do in these 14 laps. He's already done around 4 of those as he winds the GSXR 1000 up to bang it off the rev limiter. We've seen the lap times in this race drop down quite a bit, and that's because the track temperatures come down by 5 or 6 degrees quite late in the afternoon for this round 6 of the Formula Golf 1000 Championship. And Tom Bale getting very keen to make a move up the field. He doesn't want to damage his car in the process, so he's got to be patient and wait for the right moment, like there. And Ben Took's behind him on the track, but is actually 2 laps down on the leaderboard, as he had to get restarted, so he dropped a lap there as Kevin McShine gets out of his way and allows everybody through on board with Kevin now. And he watches the 2 youngsters disappear off in the distance as he has a nice little drift around turn 14. Back on board with Tom Bale, coming down into turn 16. He's got quite a bit of pickup on that front right tyre. He probably got that earlier on when he disappeared off the circuit at turn 2. And he's working his way back up through the field. Absolutely flat out down into turn 1. And this little flick left into turn 2. And a very technical part of the circuit, this turn 3, 4 and 5. Using all the downforce those wings and flat floor can provide. And pushes them out to about 2.3 Gs. Pushing their head sideways. You can see Tom leaning his head across there onto the foam neck support as it's getting later on in the race. And the 15-year-old Bale, he's still got to get quite a bit of strength as he heads down towards the club length. And that move is a signature. That's Abdullah El Khariji just left the door wide open for him and straight through. Back on board with Bale now at the completion of lap number 14. And what a weekend for Tom Bale. Takes a win in round 5 and now the checkered flag in round 6, and he's really happy with that one. 28 seconds down, he came back to take the win by 1.1 second over Abdullah El Khariji. Kevin McShine in 3rd, Ben Took in 4th, Adnan Bahraimi in 5th, and Abdullah Kabani in 6th position. We hope you enjoyed rounds 5 and 6 from Dubai Autodrome. We'll see you next time when we go racing with the Formula Golf 1000s.